I am super late. Let's recap. So, Shaq, where you been? What you been up to? What you been doing? Everything under the sun, I'm gonna say. When I last made my last installment, which was the only installment thus far, by the way, episode 2 does exist, it's just not ready yet. That was like we're in 2021, it's now June 2021. That was December of 2020, so we're gonna say about half a year ago, 6 months ago, where I felt like I was going to be adding new videos. I planned to, I wanted to, that was the idea. I was gonna slowly but surely release little tutorials and whatnot based on all that stuff that I had named in the last video. You can check it out here. That was the plan. But on top of the plan, what I did not disclose to you guys was that I was going to actually start attending school again. Back in school. It's a technical school. It's called CCAT. Forget what it means. Cinematography. I'm blanking on the name. You're gonna see it somewhere in the video. Arts in television, something to that effect. Cinematography, arts and television. The last one, the last C escapes me. I'm back in school. I'm starting to go there. It's a pretty nice place. It's a small place, very detailed, very nuanced, very intimate. Are the words that come to mind when you actually go over there and you start, taking these classes. That's the atmosphere. That's the feel of it. Nobody is left. Nobody's left to the side. Nobody's forgotten. It's a really nice place. It's a really nice place. And how's my hair? And what I'm trying to do over here, what I'm trying to do at this school, I may have briefly mentioned it, maybe not. I am self-taught when it comes to video editing, and so I felt like there was a lot of little tricks and a lot of little, work habits and workflows and whatnot that I wasn't totally aware of, and I wanted to see firsthand and have someone there who I can ask questions to. I wanted to see, man, that hair is really bothering me. I wanted to see what their solutions were in order to speed up and to get better, get good at video editing. So I needed to be thrown into that environment, and I did. Started in February for video editing technician. That's another thing that you're gonna see somewhere in the video. I don't have the paper with me now, but you'll see an example of the classes that I'm taking, just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. They offer maybe about 5 different courses. 2 of them are actual full-fledged associates in science, I believe, AS degrees, either AS or AA, where they teach you the full Monty. You learn start to finish, everything that school has to offer. You get the whole thing in one of those 2 courses that you decide to take. I took one of the smaller ones just for video editing. It's like a 1-year technical course. Get some water. It's real short. Towards the end of it, they hook you up with an internship or actual hands-on work, so you get thrusted into the industry, so you have an idea of the demands, the obligations, all that good stuff. And so the first semester is over. It finished just now. We're on a little 2-week break, and I'm gonna pick back up real soon. During that time, when I wasn't uploading the channel like I was supposed to be, unfortunately, I wasn't just totally, twiddling my thumbs back here, just eating crap. They got you working. They got you doing hands-on stuff. You actually have to shoot videos. The editing you're not required to do because that comes in the second semester. But for those of us who did, we had a small class, maybe like 5 or so. And it was me and maybe 1 or 2 other individuals who actually had some prior experience putting stuff together. The emphasis is on learning how to shoot videos, how to work the camera, how to work the lighting. Lighting is incredibly important. Like in one of my examples, I plan on uploading the work that I've done so far to my channel so you guys can see it. And there is a significant, I noticed, because I messed up on it. There's a significant difference in terms of having lighting and not having lighting when you're trying to go for a look, when you're trying to go for an artistic something, an artistic feel that you're trying to pull off. So there's a big difference in that. And that's what I've been doing this entire time. I haven't slowed down on the learning, on the teaching myself of how to do all this stuff. I've only actually expanded, and I feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more fluid. So that's where I am. That's where I have been thus far. Do I have any upcoming installments? Sure I do. By now you should have seen it somewhere on the screen, a little teaser of some social media graphics or social media effects that are done in DaVinci Resolve, the operating system. The video recording, or not video recording, man, I can't get this right. The video editing software that I use is DaVinci Resolve. And there's a bunch of different types, but my preference is Resolve for economic reasons, because it's free and it gets frequent updates and frequent patches. I think by the last time that I had made the first installment on the channel, that point in time up until now, they probably jumped versions from like version 15 and change to now 17. So in the course of half a year, they jumped 2 whole versions of just releasing new stuff, releasing new content and whatnot. It's pretty cheap. It's easy on the pocket. That's what I'm trying to say. Within DaVinci Resolve, they have a whole section, a whole environment where you go in and you start doing all the fancy tricks with the visual effects and the text that appears and then it disappears, and you do all the little neat stuff. And that's where you go in, or I'm going to show you all in the upcoming installments. There should be at least 3. There's going to be one for like, share, subscribe, and maybe even they'll throw in a little special one for Twitter. A little thing that comes out that shows people your Twitter handle. So when they're watching the video, okay, where can I find you? Boom, right there, it comes out. So those are the next installments that I expect to be coming out. It's for those little social media stuff. And you should have seen little teasers somewhere around here. It'll be included in this video by the time I'm finished. Other projects, do I got any other stuff coming up? I do. As a matter of fact, cleaning up the YouTube page to have it presentable as a portfolio resume type of thing, because in this industry, in the video editing industry, the emphasis when you're first starting out, when you're trying to get a job, the emphasis is always, how does your work look? Show me how the work looks. Show me what I can expect when I pick you up for a contract or whatever the case is. Give me an idea of what you're gonna apply to my idea, my business, whatever it is that I'm contracting you for. So I plan on releasing on my channel the few projects in class projects that they assigned to us. They're about a number of different topics. The emphasis is on the actual editing itself. Some of them were written and directed by me personally, my first-hand experience doing that. And then some of them I helped some of my classmates, because they themselves, as expected, none of us had taken any real editing courses up until that point in time. So I decided to go ahead and just throw the burden on myself and let me go ahead and dive waist deep and try to swim around and see if I can't figure out the issue, self-taught, maybe with some YouTube tutorials and whatnot. So I got those coming up. I also plan on not necessarily applying, but I want to try and get into communication with someone, a young lady who I believe currently lives in Puerto Rico. She's a journalist / activist / all of the above, citizen journalist, I suppose. I watched some of her videos, and on one of them she put out a request. I guess you can call it like a call to action, something to that effect, looking for individuals with particular skills who may be able to help explain the story that she's trying to put out there, the content that she's trying to put out there in a number of different fields. Video edit, if you're good at video editing, if you're good at copyright, if you're good at whatever you're good at. And I believe she's going to sift through all of the applicants and see how she wants to formulate her stuff. And I want to throw my name in the hat, complete with all of my examples, to see if, maybe something happens, something good, something prosperous comes from the arrangement. So that's where I have been. That's where I'm currently and what I got coming up. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on showing you guys, creating a whole tutorial video of how to do each of those little examples that you saw pop on the screen throughout this entire thing. I missed everybody. Oh, one subscriber review, totally fine. You come back and you get the knowledge whenever you need it. It's no problem at all. I really like doing this stuff. It's something that comes off natural to me. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna let you go with this one. 11 minutes. I'm getting better, and be ready for the next one. Okay.